my next guest tonight from Deadwood, the John Wick movies, and American Gods. Please welcome Ian McShane. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for asking me.
You know, I don't think I've never interviewed you.
No, we met the boring White House correspondents in the year before you did your blistering attack.
Oh, 2005.
Yeah, 2005.
I went there. I was Jake Tapper's date. He was at ABC at the time. And
yeah,
I
well, they used to ask. I was part of, Bloomberg asked you along, and you're meant to sort of be a table with a few politicians. And I was going to ask Alan Greenspan, who was at the table, about the Straussian theory of trickle-down economics from the 30s, but he was asleep before the soup hit the table. So it was a really...
It's hard to know when Greenspan is asleep.
Well, ask Andrea, I guess.
So you were there for Deadwood was probably what we were starting just
then,
the
year before. We did Golden Globe the year before.
Okay, Deadwood. And they bring the actors into that thing is like it's like a petting zoo. They bring the actors in to be like sparkly and like you guys are unicorns. You know, the Hollywood people are brought in to be attractive.
Yeah, but all they think we're idiots. The politicians. They all sit around. But it's a good charity. It's a shame it's been cancelled. I mean, it does that as well, doesn't it?
Yeah,
that's what it's for.
Yeah, sure. It's scholarships.
But now the person we must not talk about is not doing that anymore.
He who must not be re-elected.
Well, I can't send. Well, in my case, I mean, I can't really comment with what's going on in my country, She who must not be re-elected.
Sure.
Wow.
Well, yeah,
she made
that is a cluster munch right
but
there.
Brexit. Unbelievable. Nobody knows what's going on. It's all about Ireland, you see. If Ireland, that's the problem. If Ireland sees customs borders going up again, you're back to the bad old days. Don't do that.
Right, because there's an open border between the North and the South now.
Absolutely. And if they do that, they'll put what they call a backstop,
right,
which will be like a free agreement. But, of course, the Brexiteers, who are all the rich English who have their land, they say, it's 19, we'll manage somehow, the British will... They think it's 1945 again, after World War II,
Yes.
But everybody wants to go back to the 50s. It's very weird, when everything was so wonderful.
A small group of
I don't remember it being wonderful. Well, I can go back to the 50s.
Well, you could go back to the 50s because you've been a leading man since 1962, because we have a photo right here. Was this from The Wild and the Willing? So this is you and one of my favorite actors of all time, John Hurt, right there.
Catherine Woodville and Samantha Eggar. Yeah.
Right there. So did you guys, I understand you guys lived together?
No, John and I had a flat together. He was leaving drama school that year. I had another term to go. And they couldn't find anybody to play this aggressive 19-year-old North Country student to play the part. And John said, I've somebody who is a friend of mine, so I begged off the school. They asked me to go and audition. So I took a bus. I took a bus to audition for a movie in those days, Say, hello, I've just come in my Pinewood on the Green Line bus to audition. Go that way, makeup. And the next day I got the part, went back to drama school and said, I lied. I said, I did not go to the dentist. I went to audition for a movie. And they said, we might not give you your certificate. I said, wow.
Because
hang on my wall. I can act.
Because you cut a class? Because you cut a class?
Well, they were being a little weird about it.
All right. Well, I don't know. But here's the thing, is that, so he had already graduated.
John had gone, and we started the movie.
And you were about to graduate.
But I left a term early. Okay. That's why.
Why does he look 12 and you look 35?
Do I? Let's have a look. I was a very mature 19-year-old.
You were.
But Johnny was... Johnny and I remained friends until his untimely passing a couple of years ago. But
brilliant,
great actor.
What was he like even at that age?
Well, we did a lot of that together,
Waving?
No, lots of that.
A good swimming. Could you say to each other at the time, like, we're good. We're going to make it.
I was working the first week, and John was in the hotel. We were both put up in the White Horse Hotel in Lincoln. And after 5 days, John said, I'm called in the morning. I said, wow. He said, first scene. And he came back. I was in there having a coffee. He came back. He said, they sent me back. They can't see my eyes. I said, for the last 2 years.
Well, now, season 2 of American Gods premiered this Sunday on Starz. We have a clip here coming up. Do you know what's going on in this clip? You're all in a car together.
It's the follow-up to the last episode of last season when I declared, oh, by the way, it's Mr. Wednesday. It's my day today, and it's a lucky number.
Oh, sure. Your character's Mr. Wednesday.
Mr. Wednesday, and he has just declared himself to Shadow, who's this guy that he's hooked up with and hired as his chauffeur, that he is actually Odin, god of all gods, the All-Father, the one-eye, whatever. And then, as he thinks he's got Shadow to himself, Shadow finally believes. Up pops the dead wife, who says, "Excuse me, I'd like a word with my husband." So this picks up literally sort of later when they're all in a car going to their house on the rock, and the relationship is like, I'm going to sort this wife out because she's dead and she smells a bit, you know?
Jim?
Not ever.
Isn't this fun? I still don't understand how such a sweet old man could have so many enemies.
Oh, it's perfectly simple, my dear. Jealousy, pure, unmitigated jealousy. They all want what I have, a good time, wherever I go.
He's the original good time that was had by all.
And I get to ride along with you. Must be the luckiest girl in the world.
That you are. It's my bloody luck you're feeding on, dead wife.
I'm trying to escape.
Well, Matt Sweeney, the tallest leprechaun in the world.
Well, Ian, it was lovely to meet you. Thank you so much for being here.
It's a great pleasure, Stephen. Good to see you.
American Gods airs Sunday on Stars. Ian McShane, everybody. We'll be right back with a performance by Strand of Oaks featuring Jason Isbell and Amanda Shires. Stick around.